Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, August 18th, and it's time for a Facebook Live. So if you are tuning in today, welcome, and say hello, and leave me a comment that you are here. I know I'm late again. I was trying to step up my card here today. So I'm hoping it all works out. So this simple one sheet wonder, simple stamping with the plus sign is what I have to share today. So if you are just tuning in, say hello to me and let me know that you're here. I know I'm late. So hi Elaine, welcome. And I see Taylor is here as well. So welcome. So make sure you go to my business page to tune in, okay? And say hello. Are you guys excited for this this pine cone, this Christmas season stamp set that I have to share with you today? I have fallen in love with it. And what I have to share today makes some quick and simple cards. And you could step it up if you feel like it needs to have a little bit more pizzazz. I'm folding some cardstock bases because this template creates 4 cards. Fairly simple. I mean, it does take a few minutes to kind of plan out your plan and figure out your design path. So, okay, I think I've got quite a bit folded there, and let's see, I gotta think what I want to start with. So okay, I think we're good and raring and ready to go. So I guess I'm thinking, I need to say thank you for all that were local and came out to my retired stamp sale. Okay, and I'm just getting a few more things ready here on my desktop. Okay, so I can share them with you as well. Okay, I think I'm good to go now. And then it's all going to come back off. So hello everybody. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I appreciate you for joining in. But please say hello and let me know where you're from. So, okay, I see there's a newbie, and I'm glad you figured out to join us. So I'm glad you're here. Anne stopped by my sale over the weekend and didn't realize that I did Facebook Live. So I'm so glad that you remembered and could tune in. So let's get started. Let me show you my desktop here. Okay. So last week I showed you this beautiful card using this, I'm calling it a simple stamping plus sign one sheet wonder. I don't know, it's a mouthful, but I just figure it's something to easily create when you want to make some quick and fast cards. So here is the plus sign. Okay, so has anybody tried making one of these yet? So oh, Gail, yay. And you've got 16 card fronts, 8 with snowflakes and 8 pine boughs. Okay. I think you're over in my my community creative ink community group. So come in if you would like to share. I would love for you to share your ideas over in the community ink group. Okay. So share them over there and let people know that you've created some. Okay, so the key is to get enough of a image in the center of your piece of cardstock. We are starting with an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. Okay, so that was last week's live, and you can go back and check that out and see. Let's see, I don't need that right now. So today we are using items from the Painted Christmas Suite that are out of our mini catalog, the July through December, which is truly August because it didn't get released until August, December 2021 catalog, mini catalog. So the suite has quite a bit in it. There's lots of great ideas. There are actually, this suite, they call this kind of like a mega suite. sweet, okay? So this is the Christmas season stamp set here that we're using today, and there is a coordinating set of bundle or dies that go with it, so that's really cool. I love the different label shapes, and then it's got dies that will cut out these images as well. And then there's a coordinating greeting set, which might be easier for you guys to see. So this is the Christmas season stamp set here. So if you love earthy, pinecone nature stuff, you're gonna love this. And then of course there are the dies that cut out, there's the leaves, and then the pine cones, the berries, and then different labels as well. Okay, so we got even a really big label there. So I love this. So there's that, and then this is the other coordinating in this suite is the words. They've kind of put the words all in one stamp set, so they're very versatile. And then they have a coordinating bundle, and this has lots of like pinecone. It's all one big thing, so it creates kind of like a backdrop to your card front. So this is kind of like the solid part, and then this is the outline part, okay, that would lay on with a coordinating color. So that's really cool. And then of course there's some pine cones to cut out. I haven't used this one yet, so maybe in the future we'll see a card using that. Okay, so let's just throw that out of the way. And of course, while we're here in this suite, there's some beautiful designer paper as well it's kind of like very versatile. It's not all Christmassy. You know, this is like the berry background, but this herringbone look and even the pine cones, that's good for year round as well. Okay, and this is kind of like a leafy prints here, so it's not, doesn't totally speak Christmas. Okay, so I see a few more have joined in, so welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. And then this beautiful cherry cobbler metallic ribbon. Okay, this is great. I do have a tip. I'm going to show you this later on as for the step up version for the card we're going to make today. And then we have these gold leaves here as well. They're gold holly leaves, and there's two sizes, and you get 15 of each of the two sizes. So there's like a small one and a larger one there. So these are really pretty. So hopefully you saw those displayed at the open house. Okay, so let's get started. So we were kind of last week, right, playing around with designing. Remember, I was just off the cuff trying to duplicate the one sheet wonder. Well, I wasn't liking the way it was going. Okay, so I had to kind of play some more with it. So I'm just trying to get my page to come up. Okay, so I was trying to play. So I played around with it some more, and when you're starting like creating with something like this, you want to just kind of play with your color combinations, maybe on some scrap paper, and get a feel of what you like, okay, and what's going to look good. Just how the leaves are going to interact with each other. And here I was putting 3 pine cones up against each other and working its way out, but I was having a hard time making the plus sign that way. So so I was playing with colors. I didn't care for, I think this was Cajun Craze I was using, because that was in the, I think I just pulled it in. I wasn't happy with adding that in. So let me show you how to create this plus sign. Okay, we'll at least do part of it. All right, so there is so my colors are, I'm using crumb cake for the pine cones. Have a highlight image and a base image. So the base of your pine cone is more filled in. Okay, so I'm going to use crumb cake for the more solid image, and then soft suede for the highlight image. Okay, And so what I'm gonna start with, and there's two size pine cones. I'm gonna start with the larger pine cone, okay? And I am going to, yeah, how am I gonna do this, Nancy? I gotta look at my cheat sheet here to see what I did. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp a pine cone. I'm gonna make kind of like a, I don't know, have them kind of cross each other, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. They don't have to be perfectly across or whatever. All right, and then I'm going to add in, I need a piece of scrap paper here because some of these I want to stamp off, okay? So let's move our scrap paper. And you might, because this is photopolymer, you might want to use a foam pad, okay? But I think we'll be okay today. This is kind of like a practice run here. So we've got this holly stamp, so it's a dual stamp. If you wanted to, you could stamp off as well. But I think, you know what, I think I am going to stamp off, and I'm going to just sandwich these in between the pine cones, okay? And then, so once you kind of play around on how you're building it and how you like it, you're going to love it, and you're going to want to just maybe save this as a template until you're done using the stamp set, okay? So next we're going to, let me see here, I've got a lot of stamps on my desk. That was old olive ink that I used, okay? Now we're going to pull in some Mossy Meadow. And there's this little pine branch here, okay? And I'm going to use that to, I'm going to just kind of sandwich that in between. And I'm not going to re-ink, and I'm going to get the point kind of going into my pine branch there, okay? So we'll do this around and keep going. And I might be off on my design. I probably should have twisted my pine cones so that they were coming out more like this. I think I would have been happier, but too late now. And as I, whoops, I inked that up. As I say, no two cards are going to look the same no matter what you do. They're going to come out different every single time, okay? So now let's go back, and we're going to add some more pine cones. So let's add, I got to think how I want to do this. Let's do the smaller pine cone here. And I'm okay if it overlaps, okay? Because, you know, when you got a bouquet of pine cones and branches and stuff, they all kind of, a flower bouquet, they intertwine with each other. This isn't going to come out perfectly, but that's okay. We're going to go back here, and I'm going to stamp off, and I want to add some branches here in the center to kind of fill in this center space here. I think this looks okay. Okay, so we got that. Everybody with me so far? Okay. Now let's add, I got to think here. Let's add a few more pine cones here on this end. Yeah, I'm off kilter here, so, but I'll show you the better example, okay? When we're done. This is what live is all about, right? Is just winging it. Okay, so let's do this, and let's add in some more there. And then we're going to add in some berry branches. So there's this little tiny berry branch, and we have berries that will match up perfectly with this, okay? So we're going to just kind of tuck in, you know what? I'm going to backtrack that for a minute. We're going to move to this one, okay? This is kind of like just a different type of branch, all right? Let me put a little ink on it. And if you wanted to, you could, I just kind of stamped a pine cone on some scrap, and I'm going to just mask that up a little bit. And when you're masking, it's important that you kind of back it off a little bit because you need a little bit of space there for the stamp to hit between the cardstock and your mask, because it kind of like raises it up a little bit. What color do I want that? I think I was supposed to do olive with this. Okay, so we are going to add one more over here. And I'm not really following my pattern anymore. Okay, so I'm going to just add a hint up here. So can you kind of see like this dead space? And I've got ink all over my cardstock today. And I must be hitting my fingers with something. Let me see if I can take and wipe a little bit of this off. It's all up my nail and everything. Okay. It's not a good day here with me and ink, I guess. Okay. Let's add a little bit over here, I think. Okay. Let's hopefully I'm in shot here. All right, that's looking good. And let's add another one over here. And okay. All right, so let's add some berries now. We're just going to plop in wherever you think you want to have some red in here, okay? And just go for it. And this definitely is not coming out the way I wanted to. Okay. Okay, I think that's good because I'm not truly happy with this, so we're not going to spend a lot of time doing this. So the berries are going to match up perfectly with the stem. See how they kind of sit right on top of the stems there? Here, let me do this one, and then you'll be able to see it better. So you can see how they kind of lay right on top of those stems. So here's that. It's got a space for it. And there we go. Okay, got perfectly sitting berries on your branch there. Okay. There we go. And there we go. Okay. I think this is good for right now. Because I'm not really totally happy with it, but we will, let me show you a better example. So this was better using the plus sign, okay? But let's, I want to add a couple more branches here, okay? And then I think this is pretty darn good, okay? I'm going to leave my ink pads here because we want to stamp the envelopes a little bit. So let's bring in my paper cutter, or you know what? Let's stamp the inside in the envelopes first, and then I can close up my ink pads. All right, so let's at least do one, so we get a feel what you would like. Yeah, what do I want to do? So let's, I think we'll just kind of go with the smaller pine cones here, okay? And with this pine branch, okay, because that's kind of what they kind of sit on a pine branch, right? Even if you want to go up like this. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I don't know, let's see about adding some berries. I don't know if I will like this or not, but we shall see. Okay, that looks pretty good. So this will be the inside of our card. And oops, let's make sure we stamp our pine cone to highlight. Can you see the difference out in highlights? And what I love is when I first looked at this, I thought it was awful dark, but it the soft suede kind of just as it dries, it gets a lot lighter. Okay. All right, so let's just close these up so maybe I don't get any more ink all over the place. And we'll move these out of the way here a little bit. Okay. And close up this one. So in case you want to know the colors again, I used let's see, Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Soft Suede, and we're going to use Early Espresso for our greeting, okay? All right, yes, every card is going to be totally unique. I'm glad you like it, Rose. Thank you. All right, so let's bring in our cutter, okay? Let me move that out of the way. So we are starting. Okay, I'm going to show this one more time so you get a good feel for it looks. So here's our plus. So it's just really, can you see how I've got like the 2 pine cones this way, this way, this way, this way? That's what I should have done, and I didn't. Let me bring this back in. You guys see the difference on how let me go like this, on how I didn't set them right? They're totally not set correctly, okay? I should have had this turned a little bit more, and then I think I would have been more happier. But this is still salvageable. I can still cut it, and I'll make some cards with it, okay? I can always add a little bit more greeting after I cut them apart, and this might look okay with when I step it up as well, okay? Okay, so I recommend just cutting your cardstock into 4 quarters. And then that way you can see exactly where you want to trim your excess. Maybe you want to trim a little bit here or not. It all depends on how much you want to leave enough white space for you to stamp your greeting, okay? So that was 4 1/4, and then we're going to do 5 1/2. Okay, and then another 5 1/2. And then we were going to cut this down even a little bit more. But let me, before we go any further, so just so you can see, I want to make sure we're in camera here, so you can kind of see where this is leading, right? Isn't that kind of cool how when you separate these, you do have a great looking card, okay? So let's just do, let's do 2, okay? So then we can see the difference a little bit more as well. So my end piece needs to be 5 inches, okay? So I definitely want to make sure I leave this much here, and we're going to cut off this excess here, okay? So we got 5 inches by, so now you have the choice. Do you like the way this here lays, or do you want this to trim off? So 5 3/4 is what I want. So you can kind of see where it's going to cut off there, or if you left it here, it would cut off there, okay? So it's kind of totally your choice. So I'm going to do it here. I'm going to take it off this part, because I love just this coming down and then having a nice spot for my greeting, okay? So let's cut this one. We need 5 inches. You know what? The way this is, I'm almost thinking I'm going to cut off this side. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And I could always add a little bit more here if I wanted to. And then we need 3 3/4. Okay. So there's our cutting. So let's just kind of bring what we've done so far, so you can really kind of see the difference between these 2 things, okay? So you can kind of see where it's going and where you have your greeting, all right? Does that make sense? Is everybody with me so far? Okay. All right, so let's quickly do this because I want to step this up. We're definitely cutting this off because that's where all that ink is, even though there's still some left, and there's a lot of dead space here. So let's cut this one, and then we will cut this one here. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're all done with cutting. So let's stamp our greetings, okay? And you could decide, maybe you want your greeting up here, okay? I just got ink all over the place. Let me see if I can get some more off me. Yikes. Okay. Or you could have it like here. So I think I'm going to put it here. I think pine branches can go that way. And I think, and I'll do this one this way, okay? I almost want to like add something here. I need a piece of scrap paper. I wonder if I have enough, like, there we go. Okay, I'm happier. It covers up that big blob. Okay, so we're gonna bring out the espresso, and these could easily be thank you cards for the holidays. It could be a birthday card as well for a December birthday. It could, yeah, definitely thank you, or just plain Merry Christmas. So, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to, let's make this one a thank you card. I love this. This is out of that, I'm trying to think where it is. Sunny Sentiments. It's kind of like one of my newer favorites right now, because it's so versatile. So it's a nice solid but scripty type. Oh, I got a thing there. Oh, I'm not having a good stamping day today. Okay, so we've got that one, and then let's make this one a Christmas one. Okay, I'm gonna look before I stamp this time. Okay, I think we'll just go like right there. Okay, so let's mount this on some cherry cobbler cardstock. Okay, because this will make our berries pop. And it's just a little hint. My favorite measurements is just adding 1/8 of an inch around. So it's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 is what it is. And okay, I'm looking for more. Here we go. Got another card base cut and ready to go. All right, I've got to think about how I'm going to fix this boo-boo here. I think I have an idea, so we will work on that. Maybe we'll just kind of add a bow. That might be my UPS guy. So hopefully Cooper will be quiet, or it could be my mailman. I'm not quite sure. So, because I'm expecting a package today. Okay. So let's figure out what we're going to do with this. Can we add a bow here? I could just add a bow there, and that would be okay for that. All right, so let's add this to we're gonna bump it up with some dimensionals. I think that looks great. This does give it a little bit of height to it and texture when you add some dimensionals to it. And we're gonna use Mossy Meadow card base. Okay, so let's just do this. Now, my choice is, do we want to use Gilded Gems? So that's a gold look, but they're a little bit bigger, thicker, or champagne. So what do you guys think? My sample uses the champagne, so I think we'll add some Gilded Gems on here, and then you can kind of let me know which one looks better. These are just a brighter gold. Okay, so here's my completed sample. So can you tell the difference? I don't know, the champagne are definitely a lot subtler, and the gold is definitely brighter and glitzier. So champagne, everybody's going for champagne. Okay. I'll post the sample and you guys can let me see from that. Okay, so let's step these up a little bit, okay, by bringing in the labels with that label punch, okay? So let's see here. Which one are we going to do? I guess we'll go with this, and we're going to just add this onto some cherry cardstock, okay? And then label that on there. And I already have, let me think. I think I already have one. So I've already pre-stamp my label. Good thing, right? The way I'm going today. So I think this is going to look kind of cool here down in this corner here. All right, so we will add some dimensionals to this, but I think we're going to put it on here. We're going to put it on our card base flat, okay? Because we're dimensioning other areas, so we don't want it too thick. We're trying not to have a ton of extra postage on this, so I think with just this one layer of dimensionals will be great. Okay, good. I'm glad. I love this set. Okay, I think we'll just kind of go like that, and let me make a ribbon. So the one thing about this ribbon is it frays very easily. Okay, so let's make our bow. We're going to use the fork bow, and I've got my excess over here, so I'm going to bring it around, pull it around till I have enough for a tail. I'm going to be a little bit more generous with my tail because of the way this is fraying. And you want to make sure you've got a really good sharp pair of scissors as well, okay? I think that will help with your cutting. So I went down through the middle with my tail, and I'm bringing it back up through the middle. So it kind of creates my knot, and I'm going to tie my knot. You just tie it once. You don't need to do like a double knot, okay? Because this is really your double knot, okay? Just pull it really, really tight. Make sure your ribbon is laying well, okay, before you take it off your bow or your fork there, your pick. Look at that. Isn't that just like a perfectly tied bow? So I'm going to bring in my good guns here, and we are going to just trim nicely. Let's see. Okay, so we've got a really, really pretty bow. And that gold in there, I think is just striking to me. So let's decide. I'm going to just lay that there, okay? Let's pull in these and see if we can, what you think about adding a couple of these gold leaves to this. I'm trying to think. Do I want it over there and then maybe add the holly here, like so it's hanging off the tag? I'm trying to think how I want this balanced. I didn't think about this before. What do you guys think? Do you like that? Does that look kind of like it's balanced? Or should I go over here and put the holly over in here? Like that. What do you think? Right or left? Love the gold edging on the ribbon. It is gorgeous. I'm glad you like the gold edging. Yes. So yes, over on the left, or the bow over here, because I don't want it both on the same side. So or maybe not even adding these into it. The left. Okay, I think we've got at least 3 left, so we're gonna go with that. Okay, so the bow on the left, and we will put that. So let's start with, and before I do that, I mean, because they're glue dotted on, if we don't like it, we can rip them off again, right? So I'm gonna just put these on with my mini glue dots, okay? And I'm thinking, I don't like it up there. I'm thinking, I don't think I like it down there either. No. Okay, let's go like this. Make sure your glue dots are hidden. And then I'm wondering, I was going to grab some red rhinestones, and I forgot. So let me grab those. Okay. Good thing I don't have pajama bottoms on, right? I don't know how people do that, but anyways. I'm thinking, do you think the reds are going to look okay? Or maybe I just go with, let's put one on and see if we like, because we want some berries. I don't know if I like that. Um, let's see what the champagne looks like on here. This is Stampin' on the Fly today. Okay. The red is just way too bright. I think if I, maybe if I had like my cherry cobbler ribbon, oh, these might look okay. They're not traditional, but I think I like them. You know, red berries, but, okay, I'm going to hold this up. What do you guys think? Do you like those champagne rhinestones? I think they look okay with that. So we're going to go with that. All right, so let's add our bow, and we'll add this with some mini glue dots again. Okay. So I hope if you haven't joined my Creative Ink community, you come on over there, and if you love this stamping technique, post your ideas there. Okay, good. I'm glad you like the champagne ideas. So let me just close this up. So what do you think? Does that look okay? Do you like the stepped up version? You could, or you could easily just keep it plain and simple and not add a lot of fluff. It all just depends. I think I do like the champagne ones better. The gilded ones just seem too big and tall to me. But so I think those are the ones I would recommend. Okay, so we've got that on there, and let's add an inside to our card, and make sure you're commenting, because I'm going to, while I'm thinking of it, write down a few comment winners today. So let's add a greeting to this. I didn't mount all my stamps yet. I love Season's greetings. It's very universal. So I think it'll stick to this block okay. I just got to look to see which way is which. Okay. We've got espresso out here. So let's, okay, that looks pretty good. Perfect. Alrighty. Now let's, I have an envelope somewhere. My work area is a real mess today. Alright, so what did I do with my envelopes? Yes, Nancy, envelopes. I need envelopes. But there is a matching envelope here somewheres. Manywheres. Let's see here. Okay, well, I have matching envelopes to go with this. I don't know what. Maybe they're under here. Nope. Okay, but there are matching envelopes, so whoever gets one of these cards right here, I will make sure it comes with a matching envelope. Maybe they're right here. Here we go. It's all stacked. It was right in front of me. So I would just simply add a pine cone and some branches here, kind of like with the inside. So I got ink all over. Boy, I'll make sure you have a pretty cleaned up card when you get it in the mail. So, all right, so what kind of stamp sets can you think to use this with? Even if over my ink community, Creative Ink community, it's okay to use a retired stamp set that you're in love with, okay? I just ask that you stick to truly just Stampin' Up! Product for showcasing your ideas, okay? So I also want to let you know that tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Friday morning, 10 a.m. If you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, come join me for a YouTube live there tomorrow, or on Friday. I keep saying tomorrow. I'm a day ahead of myself. Sorry. So Friday morning, 10 a.m. For those who came to my open house, you got a little packet here that was in with your catalog. If you didn't get one, I was starting to run out and didn't have time to add some more in. Let me know and I will mail you one, okay? If I don't have your address, make sure you message me with your address. You should have my email, so you can email me. So we are going to create this little packet together. Well, I'm going to show you how you're going to put this packet together for your make and take, okay? There'll be a few things you need to add to it, but you're going to love it. It's they're fun to make, and it's an interactive type card, okay? So good, you've been watching. Oh good, Anne, I'm glad you've been watching videos, and I'm so glad you're here too. So if you have questions, message me, and if you can't find my Creative Ink community, let me know. I'm having a hard time creating a link for it to the group, so I can definitely send an invite to you. And what else? So next week I've got another idea, and make sure to go to my createwithnancy.com blog tomorrow, and there'll be a post up there as well. I've been blogging again a little bit, so if you make sure to set notifications for my blog posts, so that way you know when I've posted, okay? So when you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me some thumbs up to the video as well. I will do my best to watch for comments during the YouTube live, because I have to have two devices going, so I'll just have to try to remember to watch for comments. So okay, everybody, I so thank you for tuning in, and this was a little bit longer than normal, but I hope you give this One Sheet Wonder a try. This is the messy version, and I don't know where my other one went. We cut it apart. So try the One Sheet Wonder. I'm calling it Simple Stamping Plus Sign. Okay, and just get creative. Remember, it's just ink and paper, and you can start over again if you don't love it. Or I'm sure there's something you can salvage on it by stamping, which I will do with this one. I'm going to cut these apart and salvage them. So, all right, have an awesome day. Stay dry. Hopefully, I haven't even really been outside today, so hopefully, I know it's been raining off and on. Hopefully we are going to get out of this monsoon that we're having, and we're going to have some sunshine and cooler weather. So have an awesome time, and thank you for joining me for another Facebook Live. Bye bye.